Throughout the years of watching anime, there has been a series of stories where it's about a main character falling in love with a robotic AI, a robot per se. And it's always the challenges and questions that we always appear, the same old. Whether it's a sci-fi action, it's a normal everyday life, if it's post-apocalyptic drama, or whatever it may be, there's always something. But my problem is that what if someone fell in love with a robot that they knew exactly was a robot? They weren't questioning if it had a heart or not. They just fell in love with it because that's just because it was. They didn't care about it being just a machine that processes data to get the best situation out of something. It's just doing what it does, but it accepts anyways. That's the thing I do enjoy about this anime, about to recommend to you guys, and that is My Wife Has No Emotions. It's about a guy named Takana who falls in love with his house kitchen aware appliance robot named the Mina series, a very old model Mina series. It doesn't have human flesh like skin all around his body. In fact, it only has it on his face. And it does things where you will know that it is still a robot, despite how much you fall in love with it. This one steps out by being more real about the robot situation than any other anime I've ever seen when it comes to the falling in love with an AI robot. Most of them we've seen, they're pretty much particularly almost human, where you know that, they claim to be a robot, but they act nothing like a robot. The way they walk, the way they talk and act, heck, a series I'm watching right now alongside this is Autry, and where a dude is wondering if he's in love with this robot that rescued him all these years ago, and he's questioning whether or not that he's in love with her or she has a heart and loves him. And then there's even ones I watch like Beatless or similarly Noir and stuff, where it does this thing where even though the robot acts emotionless compared to the other ones, it still has this human heart that acts like it's a human despite with the emotions and stuff. This one, in a way, feels like it's slowly developing emotions, and but it's always finding a solution to do what robot thinks. Find the best solution out of a situation. The best answer. It thinks completely logically about its situations and stuff like that. It's completely different throughout the other series by being more realistic with the robot. Could you fall in love with your house appliance that it doesn't show off as it only has human flesh up on here, and that is it. But it'll do things to make sure you know that's a robot. Like it'll open up its stomach, that's a storage container, or it'll open its ear out, that will have a computer memory drive inside of it, or it'll connect to another robot series communicating. It does that thing where, hey, are you sure you could fall in love with something like this? And apparently, this guy was able to do so, where he was able to give her a ring. They're sleeping together and stuff. She's trying to find out what it's like to, you know, looking up data of what it's like to be a housewife in a way. Where we're living in a time where less and less people want to get together for their own personal reasons or find an actual living, breathing partner. And they just living life out on their own. Things are just different now. Less and less people are hooking up. Less people are creating families. They're too busy dedicated to their job or they're doing their own thing. And especially in Japan, where all you do is dedicate yourself to your job. So it's hard sometimes to find that couple every now and then. So you have this dude who's in that situation. He's always been socially awkward around other people. So he has his housing appliance, a handy-down housing appliance, might add you, and he just asked her one day if they want to get married, and she actually accepted it out of nowhere. And then things start being different. At first, she started acting logical, but the more research she keeps getting and memory swiping she keeps doing, she slowly starts to act a little bit different. She started having this thing where you can tell she's being jealous, or she's being prideful, or spiteful, or aggressive, very demanding and stuff. See, you're slowly seeing it happen, but she still does it in a very robotic-like way and stuff. And it keeps asking you that question. But in an episode, could you fall in love with this housing appliance? Could you do it? Me myself, I don't know, but we're in that future where people are creating those dolls for people, and who knows, maybe later on the dolls themselves will be more advanced to the Mina series where it can cook and clean for you, and but yet will be able to answer and talk to you back like that through AI intelligence in a way. And the show also introduced other characters, of course, where it shows other Mina series that are more advanced with fully fledged skin, but some of them are caretakers, some of them are assistants, and seeing how people react with these robots. I guess this is the first time they're seeing someone who's actually in a relationship with their robot. They're caretakers and they're assistants and workers, but they never seen someone that say, "Hey, I'm married to a robot." So it's a shocker to them, but they're not completely denying it because they're living in this age where people are accepting robots within their lives. They don't. They do see them as machines, but at least machines that can do their own thing, at least, with serving humanity at best. So that's why things are in a more logical and more realistic way. But despite that, he even gets a child. That's right, a child. They somehow get a child. Not doing the clank clank, but also by just some circumstances I don't want to get into that caused them to create a child that's able to do a lot more than what the Mina series can actually do. Then you're seeing how this child slowly responds to living and how it's slowly advancing. It's having to learn things instead of you just putting data into it for it to learn by itself. It has to learn like a regular human child, which is very interesting how it does that. So, it's not trying to do the action or the drama. There isn't really much drama in the show, but just an ordinary life where a dude is just married to a robot and now he has this little robot child and stuff. It's very good. I remember reading this years ago, and now it finally got anime. I wasn't sure it was gonna be swept on the rug, but surprisingly, a lot of people say this is one of their most favorite anime of the year because it's just not trying to do too much. It's just trying to keep up with a simple topic and do its simple stuff, which is surprising. So I guess some people do like this kind of stuff. It questions into that, like we always done the can you fall in love with a machine despite how human it acts. But we never really asked ourselves, can you fall in love with a machine despite how non-human it acts? And I think that's the beauty of this show. It asks you the very basic question. Like, of course, you can fall in love with this AI, a fully fledged skin and a personality, and it's very explosive and it's clumsy and stuff. Of course, you can probably fall in love with that. That's the peak epitome of AI roboticry. But what if it's someone who's just starting out? It doesn't have all the human flesh. It doesn't have the mistakes. It doesn't have the clumsiness or extreme personality like a human would. But instead, it does everything you tell it to do. But every now and then, it will choose the logical situation over you than your feelings. It acts more robotic. Could you fall in love with that right there? Which is a lot more interesting. So people haven't seen it be executed this way, which I completely welcome. It's a nice change of pace in my opinion. And and if you actually read the other stories that this guy has created besides this one, because this is actually just one of his latest series, there's also other stories within the same universe that actually evolves around a lot of other crazy stuff that happens. Believe it or not, this is the most normal story that he's writing. The other stories involves, with the aliens, a war that happened between humans and aliens, and this is just the latest time period of that universe where things have calmed down. There's actually, and the reason why they have this advanced technology in a way, they're just now learning how to use it in a way you could say, because most of the times it's always a time skip where after alien war happened, and then they already know how to master the alien technology, and then they use it into their society. This one is where they just discovered the alien technology, are able to use it. They're seeing how they're processing that alien technology into society, which is very interesting. I highly doubt that's going to get any anime anytime soon. The story's not that well drawn out. It's more like rough draft like, but you can read it thanks to fan translations, anyways. So yeah, My Wife Has No Emotions is excellent, and I highly recommend it. It has good music. It starts off a bit awkward, but that's the point of it acting off awkward because it's something that's not normal. But then as time goes on, you're like, wow, this is pretty nice. It slides its way in into life, and I enjoy it. I like it. So I hope you guys like it too, and give it a try. My wife has no emotions. Will you pick it up, or you've already watched it and you like it or don't? Let me know at the comments below. With that being said, I'll end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This is the Madcrownxox. I'm Anime. Signing out.